One of the things which becomes apparent is there are fundamentally only two experiences, fear or peace. The desired experience is expressed as the content of the containers, first in the bowl, the mind, and then projected out as the two glasses, body, form. Which is to say, each of us knows exactly what everyone and anyone is experiencing. There's nothing unique, new, different, or unknown. Only the packaging appears as different. And we know the packaging doesn't do or cause anything. At best, it can only serve as a mirror. We see the content of our own glass by seeing what we accuse the content of another's glass as being. Remembering, then, it's the same content as the bowl from which we both come from. It's like taking the same item and just wrapping it different. Eventually, if we want to, we know what's inside any wrapping and packaging. The glasses start out as neutral demonstrations of separation and duality, and then are given the value they hold, the judgment of significance, the content of the mind. In our own micro-stories, we act out this process over and over. We resist keeping this awareness of our sameness and repetition because our specialness insists we are different, unique, and meaningful, that our individuation matters. Our resistance is denial, and what we deny is our sameness and content of mind. What can be special if everything's the same? We all, in essence, live the same life over and over. The magic of changing form and the power we assign it makes specialness seem to work. Form allows for the appearance of difference, and then our judgment makes that difference matter. Time, place, things, our brain functions and self-talk, all form. Form, duality, doesn't have value. We assign it its value and think that makes us special. Specialness is judgment. Everything we think we know, are familiar with, is a body-based state, a feeling and thinking which is a variation and distortion of the guilt and fear, the content of the mind, the clouded blue-dyed water. The other experience option is in remembering peace as the memory of truth, the clear water, which is remembering the mind of God, the state of non-duality, which has nothing to do with any body or this world, nothing to do with bowls, glasses, or what they hold. A clear mind, the clear water, unobstructed by the clouded blue dye, no drop of specialness and ego thought, knows the memory of truth, which takes us beyond the body to the mind. That memory of truth has no need for a body in a world. A body doesn't have a mind, it has a brain. We can use our brain to remember we are a mind, from mindless to mindful, from form to content. The mind doesn't have words or instructions or relationship, only an experience which demonstrates a wish, a want, a will, fear, or remembering peace. Our constant, true, and only state is unchangeable peace, non-duality. If we don't have that constant peace, it's only because we hold a wish to block it from our experience and replace it with something of our own making, which is fear, the experience of guilt we cast our fantasy of making an untrue reality with. The Course, too, as words, ideas, and a book is form. It's a map, just like a phone book. A map isn't the journey or the destination no more than a phone book is people. And there are no people. There is no journey or destination, but that of our specialness, of our illusion. We're already home and never left. Already, always, only love, peace. The Course concludes with the guidance, forget this Course and come empty-handed to God. The Course is not truth. Nothing we think of, feel, or experience is truth. Truth is solely the non-duality that is God. So the question is, what do I want? The fear I make, or the peace that is? What one experiences is the demonstration of that answer. The journey is a demonstration of will, what I want, what I most value. The wish, the power of the mind, gives me what I want. If I want truth, I have that. If I want illusions, I have that. I don't get to choose what truth is. I do choose what I want, and to oppose truth if I wish. There are fundamentally only two experiences, fear or peace. Only one is real, the peace of non-duality, the white sheet. This is rejected and a separate alternate state imagined. The nothingness of being separate is unimpressive and does nothing. So to that separate nothing, a thought of significance, of importance and meaning and impact, of mattering is added. The thought of guilt, which confirms the ego as significant, impactful, and important. That idea, the drop of blue dye, fills the nothingness and blocks the memory and awareness of truth. The rejection and denial now seem to have been achieved. Sadly, it's absent the peace we know. Happily, the peace remains always present. It's only blocked from awareness by a wish for specialness to replace it, an investment in being an individual who matters. My journey from wanting to be special is seen as from myself as a body, separate and different than other bodies and things, to seeing myself and everyone as the same in content. Remembering then, content is of the mind. When I see myself as the same rather than different, what I'm expressing and demonstrating or teaching myself is my change in choice from interest in specialness, from individuation and comparison and judging, to remembering and reflecting on the oneness of truth. Separation vanishes in the face of my wanting to rejoin. Separation was made to appear, an illusion, a dream, a fantasy, solely of my wishful desire. My mind is now clear because I'm no longer interested in specialness, in illusion, with its separation, duality, and attack. A clear mind experiences truth, unopposed and unblocked, and with no other interest or wish, melts into it, the only truth and real that ever was. This is the idea of being significant, important, of mattering, of being special. This is the ego thought which offers the illusion of mattering for the price of suffering, our guilt and fear, countered with a strategy of blaming something not seen as itself for causing the suffering. It requires a desire for separation, duality, and judgment of that separation. Giving significance to this idea of significance, it blocks and removes, replaces the memory of this nothing, which has the memory of this. It doubles down on its own significance by thinking, just as its significance discounted, blocked, and removed the clear mind of nothingness, now its own significance and importance will likewise be discounted, blocked, and removed. It's the fear of being unreal, of being made up, of being insignificant, of being nothing. Therefore, keeping the fantasy of its significance and reality ongoing is the primary agenda. This is the experience of being significant and important. This is the making of and holding on to fear. Fear says I've committed a great sin for which I should be punished. Please notice what I've done. There is, however, no audience but the fantasy, the dream, the illusion. The world and bodies were made to be convincing as real and true, and everything else denied, forgotten. We can only imagine how many containers it takes to empty the mind of its guilt. And what's offered is that my experience of guilt, I get to blame on you, and your experience of guilt, you get to blame on me. Or whatever name we want to call it, anxiety, discomfort, tiredness, humiliation. The list goes on and on. But it's the same thing. Being special, we give it different names and different significances. The memory of truth, of what is real, still lingers on. The illusion, what's unreal, can't be kept all the time or loud enough to remove truth or fully block it out. It's truth. The question is, do you want this die, this experience of specialness, or not? That's the entire focus of choose again. No more, no less. And the answer doesn't even matter, except to the desire for an experience of mattering, even if it's an illusion. Denial makes it real, and then the denial too is feared. Which is wanted, to be individuated as a separate being, or to join as one entity, to be different or the same? The experience verifies the choice. Spiritual vision, spiritual knowledge, spiritual understanding, knowledge, truth. The world can teach no images of you unless you want to learn them. There will come a time when images have all gone by, and you will see you know not what you are. It is to this unsealed and open mind that the truth returns, unhindered and unbound. Where concepts of the self have been laid by is truth revealed exactly as it is. When every concept has been raised to doubt and question, and been recognized as made on no assumptions that would stand the light, then is the truth left free to enter its sanctuary, clean and free of guilt. There is no statement that the world is more afraid to hear than this: I do not know the thing I am, and therefore do not know what I am doing, where I am, or how to look upon the world or on myself. Yet in this learning is salvation born, and what you are will tell you of itself.